Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am here, your English teacher, Professor Sadia, from Superior Learning Management System, Chuinda campus. Students, today we discuss our lecture number 18, and the topic of our discussion is an essay about technical education. So, students, let's start our technical education. What is technical education, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of technical education, and how a technical education play a very important role in our daily life or in our field of sciences. So, students, let's start our essay technical education. So, students, we start our essay with the quotation like science is the key which unlocks for mankind a store of nature. Students, we can see that this quotation is related to our science. So, students, we can say that technical education play a very important role in our field of sciences, and we can say that science is related to our technical education. And what is the relationship between them? So, students, by reading this essay, we can get the answer how technical education related or technical education play a very important role in the field of sciences. So, students, let's start our essay. In the present day of keen competition and hard struggle, general education is found to be sadly insufficient to procure for the man his livelihood. The number of men with general education is legion, and all the various departments where these men can be provided are literally packed. The unemployment problems is growing inner and inner every day, and unrest and discontent are daily gaining grounds. Technical education means teaching students and others some practical or mechanical art. It includes training in trade, commerce, carpentry, weaving, agriculture, medicines, and engineering. It helps to meet needs of today's world of machines. Those who get such education become technical experts or technicians. So, students like other, we can say that the students who get the education about the knowledge of disease, about the knowledge of medical, we can say that he or she become a doctor. Or the students who get the knowledge about the field of engineering, we can say that, or we called it that person engineer. So, students, like technical education, the person who get the technical education, we can say that he is a technician with the proper name. So, student, let's see. Technical education plays a very pivotal role in the modern age. It produces engineers, builders, doctors, and technicians. It promotes the material and economic advancement. People begins to have faith in the dignity of labor. We can save a lot of foreign exchange if we have our own technical experts. Men love to wander, and that is the seed of science. Students, you can see your second quotation that science is really related to our technical education and play a very important role. Like technical education is lacking in Pakistan, our schools and colleges produce men who are fit only to be clerks. Our youth hankers after office jobs. They dislike to work in factories and hate to learn practical skills. This is why unemployment is on the rise in the country. Poverty in Pakistan is due to the neglect of technical education. Our country is rich in raw material resources, but we cannot enjoy the advantages only because we are not equipped with any technical knowledge. So, students, we can say that why our country is not progress day by day like other countries. We can say that we have a lack of technical education, and we have, if we have a technical knowledge, and we have not enough resources to use it. So, students, we can say that we have not enough equipment to use our technical knowledge. Science is nothing but trained and organized common sense. Students, you can see that this quotation is also related to our sciences, that science, in the field of science, technical education really play a very vital role. So, students, the abundance of production is required to suffice the needs of growing population. Fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, and mechanized farming are quite common and widespread. Sufficiency is the need of the hour, but all these tactics have ruined purity and worth of natural things. Lands are cultivated and they fail to produce the required quantity because of incensed cultivation. The use of these substances for a long time has proved damaging. Factories which produce hundreds of articles of daily use are letting out poisonous fumes which contaminate Earth's atmosphere and water. This contaminated water is supplied to crops, land, hence proves damaging to health. Health is wealth which we are losing. So, students, you can say that whereas technical education provides us a lot of advantages, whereas technical education also have disadvantages. So, students, we can see that the biggest disadvantage of technical education and the use of techniques, we can say that health is down day by day. So, students, health is wealth which we are losing. Excavation for various purposes has taken our minerals from the earth. This earth is losing its strength and it is being polluted by man for construction of houses, markets, and offices. We are spoiling nature and peeling pollution in various form. So, students, whereas technical education also affect our health, we are polluted day by day. The health effects of air pollution imperil human lives. This fact is well documented. So, student, you can say that pollution is the major disadvantage of technical education. So, students, how we can get answer? How technical education plays very important role in the life of the modern man. America, Britain, France, Germany, Japan, and China are rich, prosperous, and advanced countries only because of their progress in the technical education. Technical education produces engineers, doctors, architects, mechanics, and experts in various skills. They are very useful in an industrial society. It produces skilled workers who work for the prosperity of the a society. Through technical education, we can increase the material resources of our country. It promotes material prosperity. It develops our economy. It has a great educational value. With its help, people have begun to have faith in the dignity of labor. We can earn a lot of foreign exchange if we have our own technical experts. Technical education plays an important role in making a country rich, prosperous, resourceful, and strong. But too much technical education converts some man into a machine. So, student, this is the biggest disadvantage of technical education. Whereas technical education produces doctors, engineers, carpenters, doctors, we can say that the man become unfit. So, students, we see that the disadvantage of technical education, a man's specialized knowledge makes him unfit for other jobs. In order to make technical education useful, we should also get spiritual or moral education. So, students, by getting technical education, most of the peoples have no moral and the spiritual values. We are losing our spiritual and moral values day by day. No education can be called complete in the absence of spiritual or moral education. So, students, we can say that the education without morality and the without spirituality, you can say that the education is completely zero. There is no benefit of that type of education which have no moral and the spiritual value. Poverty in Pakistan. So, students, you can see that this is also the disadvantage of technical education. Why we are facing poverty today in Pakistan? We are not see that the poverty present in China, Japan, America, Britain. So, why we face poverty? Why? So you can see that poverty in Pakistan is due to the lack of technical education. So, students, you can say that the lack of technical education is affected our country. Poverty in Pakistan is due to the lack of technical education. Our country is rich in raw material resources, but we cannot derive their benefits because we lack in technical education. We should therefore establish more and more technical institutions throughout the country. We should also popularize the idea of the dignity of labor among our educated young men using the services of radio, television, newspaper and film industry. So students, we can say that we spread our ideas, our techniques through radio, television, newspaper and film industry. These are the resources how we can spread our technical education. So students, we now we conclude our essay. And how to conclude our essay? To conclude, all the progress of a country depends upon its progress in the field of technical education. Technical education plays an important role in the economic and the industrial development of a country. To make our country and the countrymen rich, prosperous, and strong, we must have to establish more and more technical institutions in country for imparting technical education and training and to our educated youth in various skills. Thank you so much students. Hope so. Today lecture will be very helpful for you about the knowledge of technical education. So students, you read by yourself once and then you make assignment of this essay. Okay students, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.